Ololo sekuyisikhathi sokugoboza namhlanje kwa-RGB sifuna ukubona ukuthi ubani isikhoko sokujuwisha sala eMzansi suke lapho sihloko ukuthi yimuphi usaziwayo uNtswembu ukunegotiate ema-flea market bese siyonqoba isifo somdlavuza nabo saziwayo Fethono Pearl khambani Fanda.
More exciting than waiting for the outcome of a pregnancy test and filled with more stars than being beaten up by a bouncer. Welcome to this week's RGB. I am your host and general manager of Glitz and Glam, and gorgeous people as well. And I'm not too shabby if I do say so myself. Fat Joe. It is time to keep my word and keep you informed with this week's news bulletin. Scam alert! There is an SMS scam running off Facebook using Generation star Zolisa Aluva's name to boost his credibility. The scamsters claim you can get 6,000 rands for an investment of just 99 rand 95 cents. If you buy into their BS, please don't use it. Don't contact them. And if you're dumb enough to try, then as the scamster said in an email, have a good day, my friend. Two local stars that dodged the Hurricane Sandy bullet this week were Minnie Dlamini and Thibaut Touch. Minnie was due to go to New York for a photo shoot, and Thibaut had just come back from the Big Apple when Sandy did a torrential tap dance on the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. Count yourselves among the fortunate that you don't have to take a canoe to work. My mother is swimming right now. Oh. Some more weirdness this time from the world of sports. Kaiser Chiefs is fielding a rugby team. Now, what are they saying about their disky style? Regardless, Chiefs confirmed via Twitter that they'll be fielding a rugby sevens team captained by Brayton Paulsa and coached by Gobani Bobo at the NBM Sevens tournament in George in December. And for a 1 million rand prize, the black and gold might just get some real gold. Ouch! You didn't say that, Joe, but I did. And finally, Joop Joop may have found romance, and oddly enough, it's not in jail. His new lady is allegedly Zandile Ngwenya. The press asked her about the relationship. She denied it. She said she was Joop Joop's cousin, then that she was his cousin's sister. Doesn't that still make you cousins? I hear banjo music. Meanwhile, on Twitter, she tweeted, "I'm so in love with you, Mo, my fiance." Joop Joop also tweeted, "Love is a beautiful thing." Miss Ngwenya retweeted that. Love may keep you together, but bars will keep you apart. And that was it for what was hot in the news this week. Time to say hello to the king of local R&B, or maybe gospel, who has decided to show us his religious side, by the way. Our first guest tonight is singer, songwriter, and producer, composer, record label owner. Like I could keep going on. Loiso Bala, how are you, my man?
Good, Joe.
Nice to see you,
good
man.
To see you too.
You're gaining weight. You used to be fit. You used to be fit. You used to be buff.
I am fit.
You were the gym guy.
I am fit.
No, but
you know, I just changed
my
strategy.
Is it married life though? Is it
Let me tell you,
married
man,
life?
I think the last time we spoke, I just got engaged.
Yeah.
And I got married. Being married
man.
is better than being engaged. Matter of fact, I think being engaged is even worse than going out with someone.
I so envy the peace of mind you have, man. Wow. So now you're doing gospel music now.
Yeah.
Why the shift to gospel? Because you did secular music. You're from a secular music background.
All right,
you
cool.
know.
So here's how it is, right?
You walk in the church sometimes and like, no, this boy used to sing about, you know.
Not at all. Not at all.
You
know, it's funny actually because most of my fans actually in the church. So the people used to write on my Facebook and obviously write to me on Twitter saying they love my songs. Are exactly the same people who are writing to me and saying that they're loving the gospel stuff.
Right.
So that hasn't changed at all.
Wow. Okay, so what made you, I mean, I know that you guys come from a quiet background where there might have been some spiritual music being sung and so forth. Why the about turn? It feels like this is like a major shift for you.
People kind of see it as a major shift, but I think if you remember with Bala Brothers, we did Afrikaans albums,
Exactly.
I've done classical, I've produced pop albums, for Lloyd. I've brought out a few pop albums as well. And I think like all those genres are really like an extension of who I am, but gospel is the core. Of who I was. So I went to Bible school 2-3 years ago to kind of find myself. It happens around 30 years old.
Really?
And when I went there, man, I found God in a whole new light,
Really? So, and what took you to Bible school? Was it, did somebody hold your hand and say, hey?
Not at all. It was
just,
I was confused. And I wanted to know the truth. So I was kind of like, you know what? I'm going to give you one chance. And if I don't see you, I'm bouncing.
So you were there, you were the skeptical guy in the back.
Like, yeah, I was like, if I don't find you, I'm going to try and find a club on a Monday evening.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, so I think because I kind of opened myself up to that, and boom. And my plan was never to do a gospel album. But obviously, you know, during my study time, I had to put on some music. And for the first time, I heard some current R&B stuff. I mean, like, not R&B stuff, some gospel stuff. And I got encouraged.
And you're going to be affected by the state of mind you're in at the time as well.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to be singing about the club if you're going to Bible study.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was a bit scared to do a R&B album because the next thing I'll be singing about God in my tracks.
But now you said that you're going to actually make it quite an accessible. Is it an album or?
It's an album. Yeah, it's an album.
Is the album done, or because you're talking about still recording tracks?
Well, the thing is, I'm kind of getting back to studio now to record some more tracks. But otherwise, the album is done. It's called Love Complete. It's a DVD as well.
All right.
That's been out for a while.
Okay.
And I've received such great feedback. I said to you know, from the people who love my other stuff, they're liking this as well. Because the sound hasn't changed. Yeah. Because gospel is in the message. It's not in the sound.
Right.
So you still kind of get down to Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Back to family life. So when are you going to be a dad, man? Is it in the cards? Is it happening?
It's definitely in the cards.
It's in the cards, but like there's no you're not expecting anything now, right?
Pretty soon.
Oh, wait! What do you mean pretty soon? What's happening? What?
Pretty soon.
Are we a few months down the line?
We're a few months down the line.
Get out of here! High five! Are you excited?
I'm very excited, man. I'm not getting any younger.
Do you know if it's a boy or a girl? Like, you don't want to know?
It's a girl.
Man.
It's a girl, man. You know? They give the girls to the good ones.
Listen to you. Maybe the bad ones.
No, hopefully not. Hopefully not. So it's been really, really cool.
That is so fantastic, man. And then besides that, like, what else is going on? I mean, I know the TV thing. You've just started with that. What else is happening?
Well, for the first time, I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go on a tour. So I'm taking Love Complete and I'm taking it to the stage.
What do you mean for the first time? You've never done a tour before?
I've always either done shows with other people or I've been booked, you know, by promoters. But this time around, we're going to KZN.
You're doing your own venues. You're doing the show, and then you're saying come and you know.
Absolutely. So we'll be off. We'll be off next week. Friday at Umlazi Oasis Fellowship, and then Saturday at DCC Durban Christian Center, and then up to Pietermaritzburg on Sunday to City Harvest Church. And that's going to be fun, taking the entire band down. It's going to be a Holy Ghost party.
A Holy Ghost?
Holy Ghost
Listen to how this guy is talking.
I've got the Christianese right.
Right. Okay, well, good luck with that, man. It's nice to see you. Nice to catch up, man. And good luck with everything. Good luck with the tour, seriously. And yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
We got to talk business as well.
Absolutely.
All right, that's my man Luis. So time for us to make a little celeb couple, or make like a celeb couple, me and him, and break up for a bit. We'll see you after this.
Emkhosi masijika kuyaseka nabo sifuna ukubona ukuthi ubani ontswembe ngokujewisha la eMzansi. Suke lapho sibona ukuthi yimuphi usaziwayo onegotiator blind ema-flea market bese sinqoba isifo somdlavuza nabo saziwayo. Unganyakazi siyabuya.
Welcome back to the second bouncing section of this week's RGB. Now, it is time to discuss clothing. According to a very well-dressed lady like you, Pearl, what's the most important ingredient for a man to be, shall we say, well-dressed?
Into mina ngibona ibalekile jo kakhulu akusiyona into oyigqokile ngesinye isikhathi ukuthi usizwa unjani kanjalo ogqoke ngayo iconfidence yakho ibaleka kakhulu themba mina sambeni yini yakha umuntu wesilisa ogqoke kahle
I don't think a well-dressed man makes a conscious decision to be well-dressed. I think it's also, you know, it's partly something you have or you don't. You either have style or you don't.
Engasunika umuntu wesilisa nangoyedwa lami. Engasunika umuntu wesilisa makeover ababili futhi. Obani ngabanika ama makeover.
Trevor Gumbi.
Shirt tucked in or out?
Out. Tucked in.
Why?
Because it gives you more form and it actually looks more flattering.
And if you have a big tummy?
You don't have a choice. It's going to be out anyway.
Mawunomkhaba. Phela ungenzani? Thaka bhuti. Mawunomkhaba. Ungazami ngiyadlala.
Ungayibona indoda igqoka ama-accessories okudlula umuntu wesifazane. Is this okay?
No, I'm not sure if it's okay.
Yeah.
I think you have to do it in a you know, like me, and then no nesikhwama sami.
I normally wear a lot of gold rings or chains or whatever the case may be. But I think there's a time and an occasion for everything. Like today, clean up nice. Every man should have one really good watch. Today I got on my good watch, and I got on my good socks.
How top to I'm going in ngibona abanye abantu bevela go best dresses. Wena uvela nini baby? How in manje?
I stopped entering to give these young kids a chance to shine. I always believe that if you don't use your star power for other things than groupie rating and getting a few free meals, then it doesn't mean anything. The best example of this is former Miss South Africa Joan Ramagoshi, who used her star power to help fight cancer. Take a look.
I think celebrities are starting to get more involved in charities and awareness campaigns like breast cancer because, to be honest, with something like breast cancer, 95% of cases are actually curable if detected early. So all it's about is actual awareness and people knowing what the disease is about, how to check themselves. So as celebrities, we have a very easy platform, like on shows like this and Twitter and social media campaigns, to make awareness.
With this event, we were asked to tweet a lot about the facts of breast cancer and things like that. And I think the most surprising thing was for my male followers who kept tweeting, but we don't have breasts. Why do we need to keep checking ourselves, you know? And I'm like, you have breast tissue.
Would I let my man do my breast exams?
I think so, because you've got that level of intimacy and it's about your health and being in good health. So I don't think because you might feel, but you think you feel something, but you get a second opinion before so and since anyway, I feel more comfortable than if it's just a stranger.
You know, it is actually quite a scary thought by doing a mastectomy to lose a breast because it's part of your femininity, but I wouldn't mind losing one. You know, I'd rather be healthy and live longer. I always say to people, you have to love yourself, not but the love it must start within. Basadi ba ileng gore le na le yona and le tshaba go keriwa matswele, you are still beautiful, you are still the same person because inside you are stronger and you are more gorgeous. For me, you actually become because you stand out and when you talk about it, you're even stronger.
I'm happy to see people like Jong using her unique position of influence in ensuring that she also highlights the dangers of the disease to ensure that we, as a collective, fight the struggle of cancer, in particular breast cancer, because no singular sector can fight the scourge of cancer alone.
Remember that checking regularly and early is the best way to beat cancer. The earlier it can be found, the earlier it can be beaten. Now, if there's one thing that we South Africans do better than most in the world, it must be dressing up. And the reason that is true is because we have some of the best designers in the world, right? Here's what one of them, namely Tula Cindy, thinks you should be buying from him next season.
Senyazi ukuthi siku-Africa Fashion Week akusekude manje siyobuka ishow kaThula Cindy namhlanje uzimisele muhle and we know that we can only expect the best from you. What can we expect tonight?
Well, I'm very excited, very anxious, but expect color. You know, last season I didn't do color. I did a lot of black. So, color and something, you know, we ethnic.
Yeah.
We ethnic.
Ukuthi abantu ne ukuthi abantu asibone ukuthi khona ni ke show yakho and then sokhuluma nawo masiqede ne.
Yebo, I've got to run. So, yeah.
Okay, sharp. Ubucabanga ngama themes of the show and how many of the things would you actually wear?
You know what? Tula Cindy o tlhaloganya mosadi. Like the way he hugs the woman with his clothes, his designs. What I love most about Tula is that Halimo Fashion Week, you see where he is, where his mind is at. And I love that. I love the fact that he understands a woman's silhouette.
I think the quality of the clothes were, first of all, which is always important to me. I thought his choice of colors were beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought it really summed up a good modern view of Africa.
So Africa's influence to the rest of the world with regards to fashion. Are we moving quite quickly? Are we catching up? Do we need to catch up?
Nakere, where has the rest of the world been? African Prince. Where the hell have you guys been? I mean, New York Fashion Week, everybody was inspired by African Prince. Africa Fashion Week, African Prince. We've been wearing it since like the 1960s, 1900s. You know, so it's about damn time. That's all I have to say. But South African fashion is definitely moving forward. Ni abantu ugqoka into zala eAfrica niyithande sengadayiswa labanye abantu so sithandeni kakhulu nina futhi nithanda uJojo siyakuthanda yes.
I really love you too, Pearl. I also loved watching those true fashion fundis as they watch the showcase. They're usually the ones who faint when they see something they like. To normal mortals like you and I, it's Fashion Week, but to them, it makes them weak. Now, whether you like it or not, the best place to get a deal on something is the flea market. So we wanted to find out if our friends with beautiful faces also had skillful tongues. Here's the result.
ukuthi nikhombise ukuthi osaziwayo abayi kosensini kuphela ukuthi bayothenga impahla zabo sibalethe la eBruma e-flea market sizobona ukuthi ngempela yini abathanda ukuyithenga e-flea market futhi banegotiate kanjani asikhulume nabo. Do you have a game plan when you get to a flea market?
Does anybody ever have a game plan? I think it's to come check out the most random-ish. That's the game plan.
What is the one thing you know you will always find at the flea market?
Food.
What will you never buy at the flea market?
Food. I definitely won't be buying underwear at the flea market. Handbags. Ladies who buy your handbags at flea markets. I see you. I see you.
We see you on the red carpet. We see you. Asiqhubekeni-ke yini othanda ukuyithenga e-flea market wena?
Ngaye ukuthenga ijewelry e-flea market ngoba ijewelry yase-flea market iyabheda.
Iyaphuka ne?
Iyaphuka yonke.
It's mostly the accessories. Hey, I think when you come to the flea market, you want to obviously have a little bit of something to eat, and then, of course, manina, little bracelet.
The negotiating skills are how?
They're very good. They are so good. I promise you, hokatsana lena in there. Something I can take it down to a half price. That's how good I am.
I'm just like, whatever you want me to give you for it, I'll give it to you. I kind of feel a little bad sometimes. I'm like, oh yeah, have it.
Joy, ngiyakhumbula ngikubona bekudayisa la flea market. I didn't have to negotiate much, baby. Nje right, babe. Iprice yakho shame hayi bengafani.
Now that you've seen what it takes to get somebody to drive their prices down, use your newfound skills on the people trying to sell you stuff. During the ad break, RGB will be right back.
Oh, satiseba! Emva kwekhefu mkhosi sifuna ukuthi osaziwayo bafuna obani ezimpilweni zabo kule sama ngoba vele isama time. Siyabuya.
Welcome back to the final mix here on your Club of Celebrities, RGB. My final guest tonight is no danger to the limelight. Not stranger, danger to the limelight. Or the stress that stands in it, because RGB welcomes the sovereign of the socialites and one of Mzansi's sexiest women. And I didn't make that up. Speak to FHM. Lerato Khanyafa, how are you?
Machota.
Okay.
Thank you. Keep that one okay.
Nice. I like the way the hair is bouncy and like, is there special treatment that you put in? And
yeah, no, it's...
And you're showing a lot today. I mean, it's not just the jewelry. You have a
focus.
A frame. Oh, yeah. I gotta look up there. I gotta look up there. Okay. Now the reason why we have you here is because I tend to beef.
No.
Yeah. No. Like I hear that you're beefing with Minnie.
Okay.
What's going on? Like there was a Twitter beef, and you know I like beef. I like scandal. What is happening?
You know what's funny? Just because she's more popular than me. That's how the industry works. If you're more popular than the other, what you say is more important, you know. And what I've realized in this industry is that, you know, when people realize that they're at the top of their game, as you put it, you know, sometimes they might.
Are you suggesting that Minnie thinks that she's at the top of her game?
No. I'm not talking about her in particular. I'm just saying I've noticed that a lot of my peers sometimes, you know, they get big-headed. They start disrespecting.
Wow, I'm hearing words like big-headed. I'm hearing words like disrespected.
No.
I'm
in a nutshell, I was disrespected.
By Minnie.
Yeah.
Her and her big head disrespected you.
No.
Her and her overweight self, her big-headed overweight self disrespected you.
No.
How did they disrespect you? What happened? What did she say?
Somebody tweeted, asked me when is Minnie coming on my show, and I said, well, when she's available, because we've asked her twice to come on the show. But unfortunately, she has been busy. So my answer
Don't give me the PR answer. So hold on. So you booked Minnie for a couple of shows.
Twice, yeah.
Twice. She said, I'm coming.
No, she said I wasn't available.
She said she wasn't available.
Yeah, she was overseas, and this is what my producer said.
Okay.
So,
I mean, she's busy.
Yeah, you see, and which is fine. But I just didn't like the way she responded back. It was a bit like the tone was a bit offish, and you know.
Look, I hear she's gonna have more time for March next year.
I wouldn't know.
So maybe, this is me being mean. Minnie, I love you, man.
I wouldn't know, yeah.
So how did this escalate? What happened? Did she respond? And I mean, we're looking at some of the tweets now on the screen.
Man, you know, you see, the thing with Twitter is that everybody sees whatever that you tweet. So
When you wrote, next time try and be polite. So what was that in response to?
Because she said, well, she said that, you know, how are you going to know my, you know, my availability if you don't ask me? You know, which made me look like I don't do my job, I'm just making it up, you know. So obviously defending myself also, which she was, I said, you know what, you know, the social network, the tone is a bit, next time be a bit more polite, and that's it.
Okay. People don't know this. She's got her own show. It's called LKG. And how long have you been doing the show for?
The LKG show, been a year now.
LKG stands for
Lerato Kanyao. Lerato KG
Not many people have their own names on their shows, right? That's it. You've entered an elite circle.
Yeah.
And then besides the LKG show, you want to tell us what else is happening, what other things you're up to? I know a TV show can keep you quite busy.
Yeah, no, well, you know, it's just work coming along. I just shot my first cover, which is nice because a lot of people that have been in the industry, they're sitting on like their 20th cover. I'm sure you are also.
Well, no,
So-
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
So what cover did you shoot?
Some magazine, I can't say.
Oh, you can, okay.
You know,
and it's coming out when?
In February. So
All right,
I'm
well,
really
we'll look
excited
forward
about
to
that.
it.
Yeah.
One final question. I know that a lot of people are getting into the festive season. It's very celebratory. People are having a good time.
Yeah.
But I understand that you have to undergo an operation.
Yes.
For a tumor.
Yes.
Is that scary? How do you feel about that?
I'm very nervous about it, but it's okay. You know, I've done my research, and luckily for me, I've got friends that have gone through the same thing.
Is it a very
you
subtle
know.
sort of, they just go in and shoot it down, or
No,
do they
they're
have to
gonna
cut
cut
it
me,
and open and then take it
Yeah,
out?
and then remove its 2 tumors.
Two? And how big are they?
They're quite big, you know, you want to know.
Can you feel them like
yes,
when you...
I actually can. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. But anyway, no, but I mean, you know, I'm going to have the procedure now in December.
Yeah.
It's going to be done, and yeah.
And then you'll be obviously in recovery during the festive season.
For about 2 weeks, and then I'm back to gigging, you know. Because even now, I've been
She's
traveling
talking about gigging after an operation like that.
I have to make money.
Right.
But yeah.
All right,
have
well,
to be
we
paid.
wish you all the best, man. Seriously, thank you, hey?
Yes,
Nice
thank you.
meeting you again.
Yes.
From a man who rocks the smoothest tunes to other men who do more of the same, Team RGB went to the Smooth Sessions. I'm getting tongue twisted here. Smooth Sessions to learn about what it takes to have a smooth summer. Love this festive.
Amaholide sefikile ihlobo likhona isikhathi sokuthi sizibusise sijive kube mnandi nomculo asizweni ukuthi osaziwayo bala eMzansi bona bazobe benzani kuleli hlobo leli sekulona Sama is here wenzani ngamaholide
I'm going to Cape Town, our annual girls trip to Cape Town. So that's what I'll be doing, spending a nice week there. And yeah, just getting up to no good, I guess, just partying and having fun.
Holiday, it's going to be in January.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Imalo lokho kuchaza ukuthi ubhuti uyasebenza kushuthi laba basitshela ngamaholide abo kushuthi abasebenzi kulama aya bazoba nenkinga ngoJanuary
yazini mhlawumbe ngizoya Madagascar, you know. Just go to a couple of oceans, you know. In an island.
uhamba wedwa
Yeah, at this point in time ngihamba ngedwa.
Have you ever had a summer fling when
Summer fling?
Yeah.
Plenty.
Plenty. I don't know, do they come in seasons?
ufuna ukukhuluma ngama summer flings ne ukuthi aqala kanjani mhla usufuna ukwaqeda waqeda kanjani
Summer flings.
Yeah.
BBM manje, you just send the BBM. Then right, you know, so right.
Have you ever had a summer stalker?
There's always stalkers, yes. I wouldn't say summer, but there's stalkers everywhere.
I still have stalkers now. I have winter stalker, autumn, and then I've got a weekly stalker. I know, like, hey, Monday, yo, that stalker's coming.
It is now time for us to dim the lights and send everybody home, but thank you for grooving with us. If there's anything you need to chat to us about, you can find us on our website, sabc1.co.za/RGB, or you can tweet us your thoughts at @officialRGB. You can post us on Facebook @TheRealGoboza Reloaded. Remember, there is nothing wrong with being a loser. Just don't be too good at it.